Supervisor Hahn will second. So with that, I just want to make a few comments myself. It's fitting we take this up in the month of April, where we recognize climate action and champion our natural environment. A recent study from the Center for Climate Integrity estimated that LA County faces $12.5 billion in costs related to the adaptation needed to address climate change through 2040. We need to plan boldly and comprehensively to protect Angelenos from the dangers of climate change as it continues to accelerate. And we must also take these strides to slow the rate of climate change so that we can mitigate its impacts as much as possible. This is why I'm proud of the goals included in the Climate Action Plan and appreciate the ambition and the comprehensive nature of the strategy. Thank you to your entire team. Our greatest sources of emissions in LA County come from our buildings and transportation. This plan sets us on a path to reduce emissions from both. The Climate Action Plan is our guide to achieving zero carbon buildings by 2045, concentrating more housing and jobs near transit, and conserving much more water by 2045 in alignment with our county water plan. Some are suggesting that this plan will either slow housing development in LA County or make it less affordable. I see things a little bit differently. Not only have we heard today that there is existing and clarifying language before us, but also lower carbon buildings are higher quality buildings. They're healthier and more comfortable for tenants. Energy efficient buildings lead to lower utility bills for tenants, and building higher quality buildings will lead to better paying construction and operations jobs for our skilled trades. Building healthy, comfortable, and energy efficient buildings makes sense for both our housing and our climate objectives. Change is hard, but we know that we need to move in this direction. I've also heard the concerns from industry seeking clarity that this plan is aspirational, and I believe that the motion from Supervisor Barger is helpful in clarifying that and directly addressing their concerns. And I commend you on your advocacy, because not only is there a clarifying motion, but it was all over your presentation. So your message has been heard loudly and clearly. The details of future building codes and updated plans identified in the Climate Action Plan will go through all the necessary public review that is required under the law. Until those details are worked out, I encourage savvy developers who are focused on reducing costs for housing to take advantage of what we heard today, the CEQA streamlining that this Climate Action Plan offers for those environmentally sound projects. Through those shorter development timelines, paired with unprecedented amounts of federal and state rebates for energy efficient equipment and renewables, mean that building lower carbon buildings is both smart and cost effective. As you've heard, we just returned from Washington, D.C., where we discussed more than $2 billion in pending bipartisan infrastructure fund and Inflation Reduction Act projects in Los Angeles County alone, projects that will help us meet the Climate Action Plan. So I join my colleagues in being committed to our county's housing goals as well as our climate goals, and believe that these are both achievable at the same time, and that this plan is a roadmap on how to do it. So thank you all very much.